backup plan. So on that note, I've activated the recording. In the sessions, yes, there will be a lot of talk as we start, particularly from my side. But I am not going to be talking alone. I would like you to be engaged when I want you to really participate, and do not allow me to pass any aspect which you did not understand. The purpose of this thing is not coverage. The purpose and the focus is comprehension. You must have a deep understanding of the concept that we deal with. We rather not cover them all, but what we discussed, that you must make sure that you master. Without wasting much of your time, I will need, without further delays, I will obviously have to start. If it is Nakedi, you may admit him, or is the hand? Okay. I'm going to be sharing the screen. I do not have much on this screen. Much will be coming as we discuss. I'm going to look on what we will focus at today. It is going to be, allow it to be a session that is short in content, but deep in understanding. I'm going to speak to us about research questions. It looks like a very tiny aspect in our research proposal. It might not even be appearing there. But I am saying no research questions, no proposal, no research question, no research report, no research question, no results, no research question, no discussion. Do I need to admit one here? Like, is anyone able to admit Nakedi there?
I think it should be yourself because you're the one who created this session. We don't have access to admit him, I think.
Let me check, because I do not know if I will be able to. Let me check. Someone wants to join, but what do I do? Okay, admit. Perfect. Yeah, I think he is admitted. Which one is it now?
Yeah, he's here.
Yes, but I lost my screen. I think, yeah, I lost my screen. Let me go back. I lost my screen. Okay. And welcome, Mr. Nugget. We started, but I happened to lose my screen as I'm making effort to admit you to the group. Now we are here. I'm hoping I will be able to. Okay. Yes. Then, it is not our first engagement together. There was a time that we had some discussions on the background. And we talk much about this background. We said we need to start with the ideal statement, what we know or what is known out there. And we said we need also to include what is happening internationally, continentally, and locally. I believe you still recall that. Where we talk about empirical studies, and Mr. Mangani put much emphasis in the definition of it because I was passing without even explaining into more details. Maybe I should just go quickly and browse on what where we started. This is exactly where we started, talking about the global context, international, which is international, and we went to the continent, we come to local. And we pick up some aspect where we thrust a bit on the empirical studies. And then we come in and speak about the research problem. And in the research problem, Nugget,
How are you, sir?
I'm okay, you?
I'm fine. Also, talking of the content, yeah, global and international and local. So there's no need for us to mention like globally this has been blah blah blah. This has been happening. So we just talk, or like we just write whatever that's happening locally without mentioning local or global part, because feedback ya ka e tla ba rile ba highlightile the global one. And yeah, I was asking, or there's no need or re ngwale or globally. And then the second question ke the parking, the caps one, so we don't have to mention the policy, or because the policy has been highlighted there, they said I shouldn't actually put it. That's the second question.
Okay. May I say we will deal with that, with those questions that comes from, with that feedback that comes from the supervisors. And I do not see anything that is wrong that the supervisor have done or you have done, but maybe the word global, don't put it as a topic or as a subtopic when you are writing the background. And then as you speak about the CAPS document, make sure that whatsoever you are writing, it flows smoothly without you having to mention that you are going now to be speaking about the policy. But may I request that in the interest of time, the details of this feedback that you might have got from the supervisor, if there's anything that you do not understand, um, supervisors are waiting for you to really approach them to say, please help me write, help me, I'm stuck here and there. But in this session, if we will say we will deal with all the feedback of the supervisors in this particular session, we are not going to be dealing what we have scheduled. I suggest that you secure an appointment with the supervisor. May we leave that one aside for now. If we
Okay,
have
sir.
to get into it. So
Okay.
all that you did in the past, it helped you to come up with the background section where we touched on global, local, and so on, and empirical studies. But the research problem is one that is key. There is nothing that is thorny than writing a paragraph or 2 pages, and then the feedback says, but I do not see the research problem. And but I don't know what must he be seeing because I also don't see it. So that we are not going to be looking into it. I want to indicate that both the research problem and the research gap, they are the ones that make the study necessary. If indeed there is a problem in the classroom and there is very little that is being said about the literature out there, then you find it necessary to go and conduct your own research that will deal with the problem which is not addressed by the literature out there. But if literature has addressed your problem, why is it still the problem? It might have maybe addressed it partially, but that might be the reason why you might need to undertake that particular study. So you will indicate to say the research gap is this. The current studies have addressed 1, 2, 3, but leave this one out. And this particular study seek to address this aspect that was left out by the previous studies. And then that thing that is left out, which is a gap, that's where you find the purpose of the study. Why is this study conducted? It's because the literature has left something else, and you need answers for that which the literature has omitted. And that is the purpose of your study. And then the research question, if you are to look on the flow there, soon after the purpose of the study to say, now that the students are learners in the classroom are not participating actively or they are not behaving, it might be that there is no alternative to the punishment that was abolished. And that's why there is always disorder in the classroom. And then your research question comes in that deals with issues that are in the purpose study of the study. So what I have just said now, I am saying this research study, this research question must be necessitated by the purpose of the study. There should be a close relationship, a close link between the purpose of the study and the research question. And I want to go quickly to the business of the day today. Yes. As you will see, I am saying to us the logical flow of a research proposal is the background, which all of you have done it, and the problem followed by the purpose. I said the problem is that thing which is left out by the available studies. Then it becomes the purpose and the reason why you want to undertake that particular study is because of that gap, things which the previous studies could not cover. Then you must make sure that there is a smooth flow from that which is not covered and the research question. When there is something that needs to be hidden here. Oh. From the research question, in fact, our business today just need to start from the red ink there, which talks research question, which is going to be looking at, I wanted to hide this aspect. How do I hide this? Yes, I think I've done it. Do you still see my screen?
Yes,
Okay.
we see the screen.
Yes. Then
Yeah,
there is, yes.
it looks like it is frozen because it's not moving, unless if you are still at the first one.
Oh, I'm not on the first one. What can you read like what you see on the screen?
No, it's research questions like the first page. We are on the first,
this one
page 80.
Is frozen then. Let me try to refresh because I'm running alone then. I show my screen anyway. Okay. Would I be able to move here? I can't move the screen. Let me try to go. Which one is this? What do you see?
Still on research questions.
What do you see?
I think it's the cover, page 18. We're still on page 18.
Oh, okay. Then let me close and come back. I don't know why is it not moving. Let me stop sharing. Stop sharing. And then we see something, the same cover, ne?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see anything?
Still the same cover, but then I see the mouse is moving. But yeah, it's moving now.
Okay,
it's on
okay.
digital view.
What I was saying here is I will just go back quickly. 20 minutes is gone. Oh, okay. You'll see that your logical, your research proposal in the template, if you go and consult your template, you'll see that it starts with background. And in the background, there should be the problem and the purpose in there. Now I said I need to start talking about the red ink that you see that says research question. The research question, I believe you see the red ink there, where my mouse is moving.
Yeah, we can see that.
Yes. This research question must be vomited. It must be coming directly from the mouth of the purpose of your study. We don't just want research question that is independent. It must be linked, and if somebody is reading, must read smoothly from the purpose to the research question. From the research question, people should be able to come up with literature. I might omit theoretical framework because I will speak much about it in conjunction with the methodology. Then the literature review and the research question. Research question does not only give you literature review, it also gives you also the results. Research question also help you in your discussion, which means if your research question is not intact, your literature review will be just independent, a segment that does not speak to your study. Your research question must be tight and it must allow you to go and discuss the results. I mean, to present the results. When you discuss the results, those results should be related to what we found and it should be talking to the research question in there. I'm not going to be talking much of the theory. The statement that I've put in there, maybe if I close this, you may not see. Let me just close it. Are you still hearing me after I closed what I closed? Or the meeting is over?
No, we're still here, sir.
Okay. All right. Can you see the green font there?
Yes, sir.
In this green font, I am saying to us the research question that we are going to deal with. It is going to be the driver of the study. Without research question, there is no study. The research question is going to really yield the literature. It's going to support the literature. The research question is going to talk and explain the theory. The research question is going to suggest the methods. The research question is going to talk about the results and answer it. It's going to talk about the discussions. This is all the things that comes if your research questions is impact. And what am I saying? If some of us have already have the research questions and we feel that we can really reshape it to make sure that our study flows well, when you read it from the background, feel free to do so. And you will be in consultation with your supervisor with that. Now, this is what I have been saying. Research question is the heart of your study. Without the research question, there is no study. Your study is dead. Without the heart, you are dead. Without the engine, the car is not there. Without the research question, you don't have a study. And indeed, the research question will help you to have a literature review. And Mr. Manganyu will be showing you, although it's not today, what in literature review are you going to be dealing, and what and how will the research question inform literature review? I will show you with one of the manuscripts that I have, how the research question inform and feed into the literature. So this, in the literature review, you'll be showing exactly what other researchers are saying. If you are talking about electric circuit, learners' difficulties in mastering maybe the parallel connections or the parallel circuit, you are going to check what literature is saying about it, and you have something that these people are saying. And the theoretical framework, the role of theory, which we had Prof talking about, this will give us the theory that explains the question. And we'll talk, I believe I will come back to the theoretical framework, but after Mr. Mangan. But all this I want to say to us, without the research question, you should forget about having a sound literature review. You should forget about having the results, the discussions, and the role of theory. Forget about having that. And I want to close it there. Now, I want to come back to it to say, I said to us, the research question comes immediately after. I said it comes after the purpose. You might have seen in your template that when you are supposed to provide and to write something about the purpose of the study, they say the purpose of the study or this study seek to investigate what are the challenge of 1, 2, 3 in the classroom, and you talk about it. And I will show you in one of the papers how should this thing flow. That the purpose should be glued to the research question, so that you give this research question give birth to the literature review. And I just want to emphasize that aspect. Now, how do you make sure that you are presenting your research question in a way or in a manner that is seamless or that is flowing naturally? You must make sure that you state the purpose of the study before you bounce or you just haphazardly, abruptly just say the research question in this study is ABCD. Start by introduce this research question by stating the purpose of the study. Once you state the purpose of the study, then you will channel your statements well up until it points to the research question. We don't need a lot of things. And I want to stop this presentation there and now talk to the presentation when I am opening something else. I'm going to show you a paper. Stop and then present. Okay. I need to close this. Okay. In a paper maybe that is talking about the teaching, social, and cognitive presence in digitally mediated higher education. And we want to find the student perception of online learning experience. What you need to do in that aspect, you will be having your background, and we do not worry about much of the things here today. But I want us to go quickly. I want to start talking to the purpose of the study. You will see that in this paper, what I did, because I said the research question should be very close to the purpose of the study. You will see, let me make this bit visible. After all have been said, and the paragraph that talks about the purpose of the study is began. It says, thus, the purpose of this study is to investigate how students perceive interaction, teaching strategy, and cognitive engagement in a digital mediated learning. I'm talking, and the author here is talking about the purpose of the study. The community, don't worry about the framework because we are not yet there. The community of inquiry framework, which views effective online learning as the interaction of this, I don't want to talk about this. These three factors, after I have spoken about the purpose, after you speak about the purpose, telling us what the purpose of this study, you will recall that there's no way in which you will just start by saying thus without having said anything before. After all that has been said, the purpose of this study, you see what was said before, it was the research problem and it was the research gap in the previous paragraph. Thus, the purpose of this study is to investigate how students perceive interaction, teaching strategy, and cognitive engagement in an online environment. You mentioned that there was nothing wrong in the author just after mentioning that, after doing whatever he said, saying, consequently, the main research question that directs this investigation is the main research question. You will be having your major research question, and you will be having the sub-questions. So it says, consequently, the main research question that directs this investigation is. You do not just say, the main research question is, fill in the missing word. No. Try to make it to flow. And Mr. Mangani, in the lesson that he will have one of the lessons that shows you the use of the words such as consequently, thus, therefore, and whatsoever, contrary, or on the other hand, or similarly, or in addition. He will talk about all those things. Consequently, the main research question that directs this investigation is, then you write your own research question there. But because you know that you are not just going to write a research question followed by the sub-questions without having said anything, you will say, the following sub-questions, which are in line with the three presents, depending on what you're talking about, further direct the study in order to answer this main question. There's no formula here that we are putting, but I am showing us the flow from the purpose to the main research question. You state a main research question, but find a statement that allows that you are a responsible writer. You don't just list the questions. And this is how we need to be framing our papers in there. Now, the author here is having three research questions. I said, without the research question, you should forget about the literature review. Once you have a research question, I want to tell you, or you have finished your study. Well, as soon as you reach a level wherein you get a research question, your study is now framed and is now finished. You just need to work. You can finish your study and only be left with data in a week. Now, I said, the thing that comes immediately after research question is going to be literature review. But we're not just going, okay, this literature review is not going to be independent of research question. I want you to look at how literature review is shaped using the research question. This is a research question number 1 that the author have. It says, in an online learning environment, how do students view teaching presence? Now, I want you to look in this. Teaching presence in an online environment. This statement, we just tweak it a bit from the research question, but the first topic that I have in my research, in my literature review, is coming straight from research question number 1. Let us have a look at this research question 2. I think I need to highlight it yellow, and then I copy it, and I will go to the next topic of this literature review section. Okay. This is the second topic, which says social presence and student engagement. What was the research question? Notice the word which says social presence. And here, what is the perception of what do students think about social presence? I have this topic picked from my research question. Don't worry about this number 1. It's just that it's number 2. When I copy it for the first time, it says 1. If I will copy it now, it will say 2. So this is research question 2 and on topic number 2. So the research question on the research sub-question, it helps you to package your literature review well. I'm going now to look on research question number 3. This is research question number 3 that I'm taking here. I am going now to make it green, highlight and copy. I go down to topic 3. Okay. This topic is saying cognitive presence and knowledge construction. And now here, what are these students' perception of cognitive presence? There is no way in which I will have a nice literature review if the literature review is not framed by my research questions. Research questions help and simplify your job when you go to the stage of writing literature review. And I want to stop there. And I want to, because my job today is just to make sure and show you how you should craft your literature, your research question. Research question, if you want your study to flow well, state the purpose of the study, and immediately after stating the purpose of the study, introduce your research question. How do you introduce your research question? Consequently, the main research question that directs this investigation is blah, 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 blah. I'm introducing the research question. What is key is not this red thing. The key is what you see in black. But I have highlighted this red so that you see that you should be a responsible writer. Introduce the research question. The red font there is introducing the research question. And the red font in here is introducing the research sub sub-questions, and you are indicating that these sub-questions, they will help you to answer the main research question. These are the 3 research sub-questions. And if you answer them, there is no need to say, now I am going to answer the main research question. By answering the sub-questions, automatically you have answered the main research question, because the main research question is coming from the purpose, which is the main problem. And this main research question is again not independent. You will see that it is containing the word teaching presence. And indeed here we will have the teaching presence in number 1, in research question number 1. So it has got this. Let me do it this way and come to this teaching presence. So this blue color, it shows the component of the main research question that is now here appearing in research sub-question number 1. These are the sub-questions. This one is the main question. I need now to put this in a different color, purple, in the social. I got purple. Research question 2 is also helping to go and answer this aspect, and the same approach work. If you see the cognitive presence here, you will still come and find the cognitive presence. And the question is, why am I saying this? I am saying, once you deal with the research sub-questions successfully, automatically you have answered the main research question. Don't have the stress of saying you are going to go back to the main research question. It is okay, these 3 sub-questions are answering the main research questions. Now, I want to say to us, it is important that you know how you introduce your research question. I know all of us will already have the main research question and the sub-questions. The main research question will be answered automatically by the sub-questions that you have. And these sub-questions, they are still going to do another work. They are going to frame these topics that will build and frame the literature. I want to stop there so that we talk. And the talking here, it will be short because I want to explain what we need. And I want to say to us, there are activities that I've been giving you, and the purpose of that activity or those activities are to make sure that I am imparting and sharing the skill. It's not that I will give you the marks that will contribute to that, to your writing. I want to build a skill that you are going to need when you're dealing with this thing. So I look on the little things. When we go to the class on our Wednesdays, which are scheduled, you will be given an overview, but I'm going to run together with Mr. Mangani, getting into more details of how best can we assist you with this. So from what we have done and where we are, I believe you all have the background sections. I suggest that in the research proposal and in the research report that you will have, you are not, I mean, even if you get 15 to 20 sources, you will have done well. But what I'm saying to us, you must know how to find the source, and you must know how, when you are given a reference list, how do you access and how do you use the reference list to retrieve an article from Google Scholar. And that is all that I wanted much of. Now, I am pausing for questions. And Mr. Mangani, before I even open for everybody, I will request that you have a word or two before.
Well, I think I will come in when the students are interacting with us.
Is there anyone who wants to give us a short summary of what he has learned today in a minute? We talk about research questions, but what are the take-home statements or things that you need to keep in mind when you are to develop what do you know about the research question? And why is research question important? Anyone want to talk to us about that? Carol.
Sir.
Oh, okay.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear first.
Yes, what I've learned is that the research questions guide you to answer the literature review part. Questions. The main research question can be divided into sub-research questions. Yes, that's all for me.
Yes, it's part of what we discussed. Nugget, anything that you want to talk to us about what we have learned?
I don't have much, but like I think research questions. Okay, so I like actually I have a question. If maybe I have 3 research questions, meaning in literature review I will have 3 subtopics. Is it?
It will work well. You have 3 subtopics, even more. But all those subtopics that you'll have in literature review, they must be coming from the research questions.
Oh, okay.
Carol?
So, to add on what Muyeng said, yeah, he's right. And another thing I believe literature review, it relate the subtopics. Also with the sub questions from the main question.
Perfect. I am with the resources, but here and there, I should believe you should be expecting another session soon, and Mr. Manganyo will be taking you through there. And I should say, he is a language person. He is a linguistic. He's an academic. So he will be very technical in terms of the writing, but he will make sure that you understand. And the level of technicalities that I'm referring to, that he will be refining and equipping you on how to do whatsoever. Now, I simply want to say to us, you saw how I crafted the subtopics in the literature review. When they come from the research question, because now you know how to find the references and much reading, I would say to us, the same approach will work for us. If you copy that topic that you have or that I will be having and paste it on Google Scholar, you will have all the sources that talk about the teaching presence in the online environment. So we do not want you to write 5-10 sources about the teaching presence in the online environment. You'll copy that and say teaching presence in the online environment and paste it there in the Google Scholar. You will have the sources. And once you have them, it is only for that particular research question or the topic now the research questions that have become a topic in the literature. Summarize it and speak about it, telling us what other research and what literature covers. Go to research question to have a sentence, social presence in the online environment. Copy it, paste it in there, find 2 or 3 sources that talks about it and discuss it. It's not a matter of just copying and paste. You can't copy the whole article. Go specifically to the findings to say, what are these people saying about the social presence in the online environment? Then you go again, what are they saying about the cognitive presence in the online environment? All those will be, and make sure that the sources that you are taking, you are putting them, maybe I should just go and open one more time, share page. Allow me to share so that I can show you something. Okay. No, let me open a new page and stop sharing this. Stop sharing. Want to open a new page. I will have a question which says, maybe one of the research questions will be saying, what is what are the problems impeding learners' understanding of series connection with, okay, it's fine. Series in an electric circuit. Ugh. All right. If this was my research question, all that I will do, it will just be saying a learner's understanding. Ahmed. Why? Okay. In the research, in the literature review, I was going to say learners' understanding of series connection in the electric circuit. This, I was going to make it my topic in the literature review. But when I make something a topic in the literature review, all that I am going to do, allow me to have the right size here, is to copy this thing. When I've copied, I go and open the Google Scholar. It might not show on your site because this, okay, let me just make sure that I open the Google Scholar. Google Scholar. Okay. When I put Google Scholar, what I do here, I would just come and paste. I want to paste what I've copied in that page. Copy Google Scholar. Yes, this is what I've pasted. I come and hit this. And when I hit this, it is all the sources that I have that talk about the last misconception. Others is talking about learner's conceptual understanding. These are all the sources that I can really cite, but I need to be sure when I cite. Is my Google Scholar showing in the presentation? Okay. I can choose one
Yes, it does.
that talks to a 2026 and have a source in 2025. And then I hit here and choose this author here, for example. I'm going to present something else. Coming here. Okay. I believe the screen has changed. Because I would have written what I've written under this paragraph, are following what I have done. All that I need to do, this layout should be A4. Is it A4? Okay. All that I need to do, allow me to do this page well. I must put and break the page and say next page, because I am not going to have time to say I'm going to write the reference. I just need to come and paste that source there. I've pasted the source. I've written what I've written, whatever I've written after this heading here. And when I have pasted this, I will then just come, I want to cite this. This is going to form part of my bibliograph or of my reference list. After writing whatever I write, I'm going to write the source and paste it there. And we said we do not write initials. This we talk about. Take the topic that you have found from your research question, paste it in Google Scholar. Choose the articles that you want to, and then make sure that you break your page, have the reference list or references. You have the references, anything that you would copy and paste in line with that particular topic that you have. You will put it that side, but you will make sure that you continue to write what you write, and then you cite again, and so on and so on. That's how you will work with your literature review. And the smoothness of it, Mr. Manganyo will deal with it, and he will be very thorough on that. Now I just give you a layman tricks that will help you to finish this. And I'm repeating my words. I am saying, if you are sure and you have done the right and the perfect work in research work, I am sure you can develop the research, the literature research within a week. And I do not hesitate on that. Nice research question set up will frame a nice literature review framework. And I want to say any question in that note. Any question? Okay. Or am I muted? I'm not able. Sure, I will be here. Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, Mr. Tigatari. Yes, it was breaking a
I'm
little
sorry
bit,
for
but
that.
we can hear you.
Okay. I want us, it is difficult, and I know that to do something that we are not going to literally mark, it becomes not an easy thing. I was saying in the afternoon that we cannot expect you to draw a bomb. If I just say draw a bomb there, you are not going to draw anything that makes sense if you haven't seen a bomb before. And if I say draw the gearbox of the airplane, you won't be able to draw the gearbox of the airplane. You might not know how it looks like. It is easier if you start by having a view and having a look of how the gear lever how the gearbox of an airplane look like. Then you can go and draw, having in mind what you have seen before. Why am I saying this? I am saying to us, for you to really go and see what we are talking about, I request that, because this is activity that indeed we are not torturing you by activities, but we want us to have a grip in our own. I want us, I'm not going to say 5-5. I want us, if you can find 2 sources, I'm not going to limit by the years or whatsoever, just 2 sources. Put the topic there. Find the papers. Write the post. What is the purpose? You must be able to pinpoint it there. And for the research question, is very same writing. And find the topics that relate to the research question from that particular paper. I want to see those 2 papers we would have chosen. 2 of them, I would like to see the title. Now, on the title, check what the title is saying, how is it related, because the purpose will have to do on which is common to the title. So hence I will say, but 2 sources. Go and interrogate those 2 sources. You may not necessarily read it to know it, but go and check, go and hunt for. You will write the title of that thing that you find and go and highlight and find and copy and paste the purpose statement or paragraph in that paper that you will have found. And from the purpose, I want you to go and put the research questions. From the research questions, I want you to take all topics from that paper that comes from the research question, how they put it. So that should be our activity. I want you to go and use things and search for the articles that you are not using in your thesis, in your research project and in your project. I want you to go to the papers that you already have collected and searched for your proposal. Those papers, just take 2 or 3, just 2 or 3. The papers that you already have, copy and paste their topics there. Next to the topic, to the title, paste a papers. From the papers, paste a research question. From the research question, paste a literature review topic. I mean, the topics or the textual themes. Do we call them textual themes, Mr. Mangai? I was not remembering that word you told me about.
We can just talk about themes.
I will wrap the textual and just write themes. Okay. So you are going to be writing, pasting there. Right? Just pull out 2 from your proposal. make sure that you take the best. And on the third one should be the name or the title of your own study here. You put 3. Write them there, this question there, write the topics that you want them to form part of your literature review. First 2 sources that you have used in your study. The first 2 sources, source number 1, source number 2, make sure that are the ones that you have used in your research project, in your proposal. Copy and paste title for each, copy and paste for each, copy and paste research question for each, copy and paste the topics or the themes that are going to build, that have built up that research paper that you are reading. But here you will write yourself, .c and then .2026 topic, and then you are done. You leave it there. You write the title of that research project. What is your research title? Paste it there. Then, what did you write in your papers? Paste it there. What did you write in your research question? Put there. From these research questions, what topics are you going to be having as your headings for the literature? Is there any question on that? Because that I am expecting, because we need now to start running with the part. Any question on that? Any clarity?
Maybe to add just a little bit.
Yes.
Well, I just want to respond on that one of the take home for the students, and just to say a little bit about what you were saying. For me, to have this kind of a session is very important because for students to have this, it might not happen because we are busy, we do a lot of things, but Mr. Tikatali is giving himself time to assist on this. Well, my interest on the presentation, it's how you show the connectedness of the sections, starting from background, moving now up to literature review. For me, it's a take home there, because you are showing the students how the background and also the purpose of the study and the research questions connect up to literature review. And the other thing which is of interest when you are talking about that, the research questions give direction or inform the literature review. What I wanted to say is that to simplify on the topics that Mr. Tikatali is talking about, you just take those research questions raw as they are, you convert them from being questions into.
Sorry, you may proceed. Sorry. Mr. Manganyi? Hello. Oh, I'm not hearing. Hello. Can you hear me, guys?
Sir, yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I believe we have lost Mr. Vani for now, but let us proceed. We call it a day for today. We are in fact beyond our scheduled time. I need to be another engagement as of now. So thank you so much for the time you have set aside for us to engage in this fashion. Keep well. And I will wait for your submission. I'll give you a structure in which you should copy and paste those things. I will today. Carol, are you hearing? Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
And then can you hear me? Naked, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes. Then I am saying we will do our submission. I would like so much to see how best are we connecting the rest, because you give me two sources that are already in study. Number two, you also need to give me your own study, show me how you find and you work out which purpose, research question to get together with the topics that you are going to use them as your titles in the literature. So we can call this meeting off today. We are done. We will advise you when are you going to be meeting with us one more time. So we quit a day. I think we should close. You do not have any further questions, matter? You don't have questions on this. Okay, no, it's fine. We will meet then some other time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Say,
Yes.
can I call you?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.